Thank you, Madam Chair. Just want to thank the panel of witnesses for being here today. This is an important topic, and I'm glad the committee decided to take this up. As a person who's had firsthand experience with a sick child many years ago, this is something that's near and dear to me. And also as a former manager of a large wood products manufacturing company, I have experience in operating a business and having a large number of employees work at that business. And it's clear that successful businesses and operations require investing in their employees, whether it's, as we did, paid time off. I think we're similar to the maid business here, where we had disability policies for employees for short-term disability. There are many options available. And in addition to just time off, there was also educational opportunities and so on for dependents of the employees. But just one thing I'd like to talk about is, now that the Tax Cut and Job Act is the law of the land, employers are providing increased wages, more benefits, and more flexible schedules for their employees. Under President Trump, unemployment has fallen to 3.5%, and according to the Society for Human Resource Managers, 20% of employees offer family leave beyond that of FMLA, which represents a 6% increase from 2018. So when employers are given the opportunity to provide benefits and have the ability to do it, it shows that is happening. Ms. Gressler, do you think this trend would continue?
I think that if we continue to have this strong economy and the tight labor market, that we can absolutely expect this trend to continue, because it is in employers' best interest to offer these policies.
Okay, thank you. And again, Ms. Gressler, how are companies responding to the increased desire for paid family leave, excuse me?
A lot of them, the larger companies, are responding, as we've listened to that list, that they're offering formal policies. But I think that what we're not hearing as much about is the smaller employers who make up the lion's share of employment in the U.S. And whereas they might not be offering formal paid family and leave policies that show up in the data, I think they're offering more flexible options, whether it's increased paid time off or just working individually. And that's actually how most employees who take family and medical leave receive pay, is not through that formal FMLA policy, but through other types of leave that allow them to receive pay.
Okay, thank you. And just one thing, in your testimony, you mentioned one-size-fits-all programs are either too exclusive or too inclusive. Can you expand upon that?
Yes, it's just hard. As we've seen today, there are so many different needs for benefits, and some of those needs are an entire year or more. In a federal policy that provides 66% of your wages for 12 weeks maximum, it might make a small dent, but it's not going to meet those needs. It's not going to meet long-term needs. It's not going to be able to provide that benefit immediately if you have to rush away from work for an emergency. The better way that we can get at those is the flexible policies. And if you become too inclusive and do pass a policy that's any leave for any reason, the costs are tremendous. There was some talk about costs already, but the Family Act, that is not a policy that can finance the current amount of leave that's taken today. It could finance about 1 in 5. So either you have to have rationing of a policy like that, or you have to scale it back even more so that it's such a bare bones program that it particularly would not be able to benefit low-income workers, and very few people would use it.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Again, I appreciate the participation of all the panelists today. Thank you, Madam Chair. I yield back.